Hey everybody, this is Big Dog Trader, and today we're going to be talking risk to reward ratios. Basically, how much do you need to risk to get that reward? Find out in today's video. Let's go. So as mentioned, we are today going over how much are we putting in and how much should we expect to get back. The risk to reward ratio is going to be simple. It's basically finding a level and seeing how much upside compared to how much downside it could be. Now, setting levels is important and knowing how to chart. So if you're not familiar with that, I do have some videos on that as well. But once you're able to find these levels, you're going to be able to easily decipher how much risk to how much reward is going to be into the play. So let's get right into it. I've got squared pulled up here just for an example. We'll go over a couple of examples from the upside. We'll do one to the downside as well. Okay, so we've got some levels set here. We had some chop off the open, which is typical. And as we see it bouncing off the low of the day, but you can see the trend reversal here, the VWAP, the 50-day SMA. I've also got the MACD down here. 275.50 was a psychological level here for this play for me. As I saw square bouncing above the VWAP, I took the trade at 275.50, and as you can see, it had came all the way up to 278.58. Now, how did I know that that was going to happen? I didn't. But what rules did I have set in place? Well, I knew that the risk at getting in at 275.50, you have to know where to get in and out before you even execute the trade. So I would have given it back to the low of the day. Had the trend reversed back to the downside, I would have given it to 274.50. So looks like I was risking $1, but I was expecting it to break high of the day at 277.29, and it did. It went right up to 280. So the risk to reward ratio was $1 to the downside. Looks like $1, $2, $3.50 to the upside, which is a pretty good risk to reward if you ask me. So you want to try to avoid situations where the risk to reward ratio is only 1 to 1. Though that's going to be riskier, and you're not always going to be able to decipher those trades. But sometimes, especially in a volatile market, or if something is on a huge uptrend, who is to know if it still has a 5, 10, 20% move left in it before a correction? There's nothing worse than getting into a momentum trade right as it is correcting. So the risk to reward ratio is fairly simple. You can see I always have the 5-minute side by side with the 1 minute before I execute trades. I like to see if there's something in the longer term that I'm missing on a daily chart. Granted, if we're talking call options on these, which I do a lot of, obviously there's a lot of other factors involved that you're going to want to look into before you get into the trade. As you get experience with trading, it's not unusual to find many great setups all at once. But if you've ever heard of overtrading, it's definitely a thing. So I would say narrow it down maybe to the very best setups that you can find, the best risk to reward ratio with the most upside. So if we look at another example, I've got JP Morgan here. It just started basically skyrocketing to a new high. And even if you weren't able to catch this move here at 146, and you got in somewhere here in the middle, you had a great percentage here at the end. But even if you just waited for this consolidation here at 147.50, you could have taken this low of this range here of 147.50 and rode this up. Given that this you take this low, and it has a very large bottom here, so you don't want to give any of this a chance to go down here, because it can go down just as fast as it went up. So you could get in here what you think is a bottom, and it's still a 25% move if you ride this up towards the end of the day. You're going to need tight stops with some of these risk to reward scenarios. But just as a day trade, you can also do this with swing trading and long-term investing. If we take a look at the 5-day chart, You could have easily grabbed this at 143.50 and rode this out. It did another one of these parabolic moves earlier on in the week. So basically the same thing. You could grab this JP Morgan call for the long, or shares even for the long term. And if it dropped below this mark here, then you just get out. Given the upside, you would maybe give it 50 cents to $1, but the upside could be several dollars, even to towards $10. So find these risk to rewards setups here. Find the risk to reward setups here that you like, whether you're a day swing or a long-term investor. You can use this risk to reward management in any of the investing strategies. Just looking at BABA real fast. If you wanted to buy puts on this, just real quick, I won't even go on ahead and set the levels here, but you would have seen it hit the high of the day. As it comes back down flat, you can take this to the downside, and if it hits past 266.5 or whenever you get in, then you would just get out. You make your risk small, but the reward can be great. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to hit like and subscribe. It helps the YouTube algorithm out. Appreciate all the feedback on the new channel. It's working out great. And I know you noticed this Game Stonk shirt. I'm going to leave a link down below. I'll have a couple of links down below if you guys want to get some free stocks from Robinhood or Webull. And I've got a couple videos coming up for you. I think I'm going to do some 10 stocks under $10 or something like that for you guys. I know you guys have been itching to get into some more plays. So again, thank you very much and enjoy your weekend.
Are you ready to take control of your financial destiny? 870 Trades and Homegrown Investments can help you. We are the #1 community to learn options trading. We will train you on how to successfully trade stock options on the most popular platforms available. We will lead you in entering and exiting specific stock option positions, helping you strategize which move serves you best. Join our community of over 1,000 like-minded traders to help support and teach you 21st century technology for a 21st century approach. 870 Trades and Homegrown Investments.